I got the box for today's video.
Awesome. Jesus Christ. Oh.
What's 3 holder fees again?
Back to the basement. And
we're live in the studio.
Anyway, so we get another box in and we do another video. This time though, we're not going to do it live. I thought it would be fun to go back to the old format that everyone seems to like a little more. Mostly I think because of video quality is what I've been getting feedback on.
A little higher bandwidth.
Yeah, they enjoy the liveness of the other way of doing it, but it's a lot more fun, I guess, to see us doing this. So here's the pads. There we go.
And we've upgraded. We got some new studio lights here.
Yeah, we got some lights here. We're gonna shoot some pornography after this.
You can see our horrible complexion.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get right into it here. So this is a box of standard tier submission books. These books are $400 to $1,000. A lot of nice key books in here. A couple surprises too. We'll get to those in just a minute. So we'll start right off the top with
topical book. One
of my, I guess, favorites. I don't know. I bought this back in the late 80s, and now everyone wants this book here, but...
I have a bunch of these in my eBay watch queue. Not because I'm going to buy them, but I just want to see what happens to them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, after the movie. This has got great color. Mike's estimate is 4.5. It's a solid 4.5. It's a nice 4.5. I wouldn't be surprised that's a little bit higher. 4.0.
Oh, 4.0. Okay. Half a point off.
I wonder why.
Well, we could make up for it because I have
I don't know, but it's
copy.
The nicest 4.0 you'll ever see. There's like almost there's no major anything on it. There's a little bit on each corner. Must be an accumulation. Back cover's really nice and white. Oh well.
If you want a nice copy. So I'll make up for it on this book here. So I've got 3 copies of that book in this order.
The other one's nicer.
You think so? That one's a nice bright color. So I'm thinking this one here is
that one's better.
This one here is a 5.0.
5.5. 5.5, that's great. Yeah, but this one has a corner crease. Anyway.
Okay, going for the third one.
Just the cover. Now that one looks a lot better.
I think this copy and the last one look very similar condition-wise.
Yeah, you do have the color breaking about a ½ inch down here on the bottom. The cover's a little dirtier on the spine. It is nice colors though. So
I saw this one a 5.0 also. 6.0!
Nice.
Hey, we went up 4.0. That was a 5.5.
Climbing the ladder.
Wow, nice. That was unintentional progression.
One for every price point.
Oh, okay. We're gonna get right into this one.
This is an awful cover.
This book.
Those watching at home, if you have children, don't tell them to look away for a minute because this is awful. This cover.
This may offend.
Yes.
So here you go. So this book was in a small collection of Atlas horror books, I guess. So it's an Atlas war book called War Comics. It's got a nice little depiction of some human immolation on the front cover. So hey, it's war. Everything is fair, I guess. Let's ignite some people here with some napalm. This is not a very well-known book. It's 1952. I believe there's only 16 copies on the census right now.
Really nice back.
There probably are more copies out there, but nobody ever thinks twice about getting this book graded. But when it does come to market, it's like one of those Crime Suspense 22 where everyone wants it. It's a well-kept secret. Maybe not so secret after this, but I think it's a 5.0. I'm going to call it a 5.0.
Survey says?
Yes, nice. A 5.0. So if you look at the CGC census, the highest copy right now is a 6.0. There's a 5.5 out there. I think there's 2 5.5s. So this is a nice copy. That's the 3rd highest copy.
I just realized too, this guy's baking them alive, right? And just in case, this guy's also shooting them. Just in case they survive getting burned to death. You know, he's going to shoot. God. They had the 3rd guy in there with like pliers pulling her teeth out or something. What the hell?
Impaling with the bayonet.
Man. Oh, I have no idea why they enforced the comics code. So
nope.
This is everyone's favorite villain, the Vanisher. Look at that awesome outfit, huh? I think I'm going to start dressing like that all the time.
How soon we forget this guy?
Yes. He was in the 2nd issue.
Yeah. What was his what was his 2nd appearance?
I have no idea.
Anybody watching, comment below. What was the Vanisher's 2nd appearance?
You'll get a no prize. It does have nice colors, though. It's funny how someone wrote 20 cents or right in the middle.
Hey,
of
I'd
the
buy it
X.
for 20 cents.
Yeah. They crossed off the 12 just in case you were wondering.
Got a little confused and got chipped out of 8 cents. So I'm calling this a 4.5, and CGC calls it a 4.5. Right,
nailing it. Nailing it.
All right, off.
Off go to panties. This is the first appearance of Galactus. The last page, and the Silver Surfer first appearance. Book is really gone up in price the last few months. It's a of the three of them, it's probably my least favorite of the 3 books, 48, 49, and 50. I always thought that the Watcher looked like a giant baby. It's the combination of the clothes and the bald head, I think.
This was one of the first back issues I bought way back in, like, I think it was 83 when J&S Comics, when J&S is still around, out of New Jersey. They had a catalog that I got through the mail, and I paid a whopping $20 for a copy of this book back in 83, and that was a king's ransom back then.
Mike calls this a 4.5. I think you can do a little better.
Yeah, there's a detached staple on the bottom. It looks nice, but it's a detached staple.
Survey
says, wow, it's a 6.
Yeah.
Holy cow, it's a beautiful copy.
Great sharp corners. Other than the staple issue here on the bottom that Mike's talking about, a little bit of roughness up here on the top, but there's no chipping. It's a nice straight copy.
If you can deal with the pop staple, that sure is a really nice looking book.
Yeah. Well, it's encapsulated now, so the staple's not. Now this is my favorite of the 3, 49. I think that's just a great depiction.
Yeah, I love that. And those of you out there looking for these books, the Holy Trinity here, 48, 49, and 50, this one by far is the hardest one to find. There was a warehouse find back in the late 80s, early 90s of 48, but 49 is a lot more scarce. I call it a 5.0. 5.5.
Nice. It's great.
I'm liking
really nice copy. Clean. Yep.
Oh, this one is the ace in the hole.
That's one of my favorites right there.
This one I was excited to see what this comes back as.
I have a 7.0 copy in my own personal collection, and I sold my 8.0 because, as you know, I usually only keep things that are 7.0 or less. This is really nice, Mike.
Annual number 6, Fantastic Four.
8.5. I think this might do better.
And
this is hard to get in this condition.
Extremely hard to find
because
in high
it's
grade.
Square, and this edge is always destroyed.
Yeah. Very, very common book, but that red with the square bound cover makes it immensely hard. I've never seen a copy this nice in person. I'm a little conservative on the grade just because it's, bad juju, but I called it an 8.5.
I think you could get a 9.2.
8.5.
Nailed it. Great.
Yeah.
That's look how deep that color strike is. The thing is super orange here. Nihilus is great. If they do a Fantastic Four movie, I hope that's who they bring.
Yeah,
I think that would be a great one. And they also could pull in the whole cosmic end of things doing it that way.
Classic book here.
Yep. I'm looking for one. I had a 5.5 and I sold it because I kind of want at least a 7.0 or better.
So that one, there's a copy of my friend out of Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
I graded it for him, and it's for sale. So make him an offer. I'm thinking it's about a 5.5.
I think it's a 6.0.
Oh, we're both wrong. 6.5.
It's nice. It's getting there. If it was a 7.0, I might have grabbed it. But it does. I can see why.
I can take a little marker and I could fix that. I can make it a 9.0.
It does have the dreaded wear on both sides of the staple. Yeah, what are you going to do? Just that's a classic, all-time classic cover right there.
Okay, going back in time a few years to the beginning of Marvel.
God, it's nice.
Got a Hulk number 3.
And there's a story behind this. Look at that.
But you'll have to open the book and read it.
Yes.
I love that orange color, like those sunburst orange covers.
Yeah.
There's a few like that.
I like what the guy says there too. He can fly now. There's no stopping him.
Man,
how many people bought that and were pissed when they opened it? Like, he can't fly, he's just jumping. Yeah.
They could have a whole series of this, and the old Hulk, and I'd be buying up every copy.
Oh, yeah.
I just like the old character, the old drawing, the style, and his personality. And
he wasn't like a child.
No.
He just didn't say a lot.
I just like the Monster Hulk. So I'm thinking this is a 5.5.
It's really nice.
Wow.
That's a great...
Man, I'm liking this. I'm just a half point low on all these books. It's fantastic.
Really nice.
Off go the panties. Okay, so this is another book.
Killer books. This whole box is awesome.
This is another book. It's my friend in Dallas. Iron Man number 55. Nice clean copy though. Look up close. There's a bunch of little flaws in the spine. It's a little worn. Some creasing on the corners, I think.
It's really white though.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. I mean, again, probably a little conservative on this, but I'm thinking it's around 4 or 5.
Do you remember Chop Cycles? I don't remember.
Yes.
You do?
Look at the dude with the hat. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Would you buy that guy in the orange jumper there? I mean, look at how rad that guy looks. I want that hat.
Done.
Who actually owned that? I mean, we were buying the Evel Knievel stunt cycles. It was very similar. It had the same kind of.
It's Mattel, mechanism. So yeah, it's got the ripcord. Got the little kid there with the ripcord. I don't know. Somebody that's a southern dandy. Anyway, here we go.
La-di-da poofdas. Okay,
4 or
5.
4 or 5. Boom!
5-0. Good.
Nice.
Just got to add like a half a point to all of these. And I think
your buddy's going to be happy.
Yep.
Because he was just going to sell them as is.
Yeah, he was going to just take all of his boxes, put in the shop, and have people come in and just buy them as is. But I said, let me see if I can get them cleaned up and get them graded, and we'll maximize your profit.
Spotlight, number 5. Another tough one because of the dark cover, and this one does have a little bit of marks around the bottom staple. But all in all, a really nice looking book.
I call it a 6.5. This book has skyrocketed in value and become very hard to find since the Cosmic Ghost Rider came out about
This one's got a really weird cut on the bottom.
Yeah, a lot of them in this issue,
Look
a
how
lot
much
of them are
banners above the main Marvel banner there. But
6.5. 8! That's nutty. Oh, and white pages too.
Yeah, white pages. Look at that corner.
Well, it's got a small corner crease, which is allowed in the 8.0. It's borderline.
I only really see 6 defects on this cover, so I could see that. I think maybe this one you thought that looks like a bindery, and so is that at the top. Yeah. The 20-cent era, they had that issue a lot where you get these little feathery corner fibers coming off.
Yeah.
And that's just part of the printing process.
Okay. So let's just go run through these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 of these, and in no particular order, ranging from, I'm calling a 6.0 up to a 7.0. So we'll see how we do on these.
And these have a very similar issue with them that Miss Marvel does, where Spider-Man has some almost a purplish look to whereas costumes normally blue, and in other ones it's a much deeper blue. And it's not fading or anything like that. It's just the way the printing was.
So if you're keeping score at home, I think I called 2 of these a 6, 1 a 6.5, and 2 a 7.
This one has about a 3-inch color breaking crease. That one there is nicer. All right, you want to do 2 at a time?
Yeah, let's do 2 at a time.
All right. This one's a 6.5. That one's a 6.
Maybe not.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Go! Wow.
That's good.
8.5. Okay. If those were my 6s and now they're 7 and 8, I'm off to an awesome start.
Looks like Mike's buying dinner tonight. Look at that.
We're getting that fancy mac and cheese.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one. Still, so look at the wrap on that. I know wrap doesn't count, but if I'm buying it, I don't like that. I don't like there's that much white. Nothing beats that 101. X-Men 101 you had. It had like a half
Oh,
inch.
yeah. Half of the page was miswrapped.
Do 2 up.
Do 2 more at a time?
Yep.
Nope, not that one, not that one. Nope.
This story is still hysterical to me. Where they they just happen to both be going to hide out in the same warehouse.
Here we go.
So Morbius is like giving them the pimp slap. Get out of this building, I'm hanging out here.
Let's see, we got these 3. Okay. So I lost track. Like I said, there was 2
Well, they're all 6 to 7, so
yeah, they're all 6 to 7.
There's not that big a difference.
Yep. Ready? Something in that 6 to 7
1,
range.
2, 3.
Oh, 7.5 and a 7.0.
That's awesome. So you're way ahead.
Yeah. Yep.
I guess we should hold off on. I have.
Can you look at one of those? I think one of them had a rusty staple.
Oh, that's nothing worse than that. Oh, it's this one.
Yeah, that one I called a 6. They gave it a 7. Wow.
So the thing about rusty staples that I don't like is they will continue to degrade even in here. And eventually you get transferred to the paper, and eventually it may rot all the way through. And not just be a detached staple, there'd be no staple.
Yeah,
so.
and that's science, kids.
That's science, kids. Rust doesn't rest, all right? See, now look how blue that is compared to the other one that was almost purple. So it's just the way the printing was done.
Okay, and the last pair.
This one's the nicest centering of all of them that I've seen. Perfect.
This one here is also similar, very nice spine. The only real flaw with this is right along here on the lower right edge is a little bit of wear.
This is going to be at least an 8.0, I think.
I think so.
Maybe higher.
These are probably the two highest graded copies. I called both of these, it's called 7. And
1, 2, 3.
Go! Wow, an 8.5.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
It is the nicest of the bunch. Perfect,
white
perfect
pages,
centering. Yeah, white pages, perfect centering.
Very nice.
Nothing's clipped.
That's
really
that's a
nice.
shocker right there. I thought nothing over 7, and we got what, 2 8.5s?
Yeah, 1.85 and 1.80, I think. I don't know. Anyway.
Okay.
Those scoring at home will know.
Okay.
Great box. This might be my favorite box you've had.
Okay, and it just became your even more favorite box.
Yeah, I love this comic.
Because
It's one of my favorite characters.
I know you've been looking for this book.
I have been.
And
So are the speculators.
I dragged it out of
I want it just
storage.
Wow, that's nice.
Pulled it up for the viewing audience. Avengers #8, first appearance of Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
I like this copy because it's just so white and clean.
And it's a 7.0.
There's some tick marks on the spine. Again, I'm probably overly harsh on this order, but I'm thinking it's around a 7. I saw a little corner crease, I believe, or something along this edge.
Yeah, very faint right here. It's about a 3-inch. Not color breaking. Kind of indented.
I called it a 7, and
I think it's a 7.5.
Oh, my gosh.
Off-white pages, too.
I love
That's
it.
great.
I love it, yeah.
It's a really nice book. Just like no one's thinking to flank him and go around the back way. They all just throw their weapons and raise against
this is a hammer that like 4-foot wide shield that he has.
Yeah.
It's impenetrable. We can't get around it.
Yeah. That's too funny.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Is this an Anthony special?
Nope, not an Anthony special. I guess I could give Anthony credit for turning me on to these books. I've been hunting for a few books here and there, a Spider-Man title, and just fell in love with some of these early appearances. I love this Craven one. So I grabbed this copy about a year ago. Actually, no, I took this copy in trade about a year ago.
So 4.5 you're calling it?
Yeah, 4.0. So 4.0. Yeah, it's got a pop staple. 4.0, and it's a 4.0.
Great. It's a beautiful 4.0. These are straight, nice 4.0s.
And I like that copy so much, I bought 2.
One's good. We should have done a double-decker.
Oh, that's right. We could have done a double. Yeah, wasn't thinking about it.
Start it over.
Let me go back and buy another copy so we can do a twin.
I bet you have 10 copies of that laying over there.
I wish.
Nice.
I only have 9.
I always thought that, the artwork on this cover, though, for Spider-Man, and I get that he was trying to make it look like he's crouching, but something about the body proportions on it always bothers me.
So if you look at the Hulk, if you were to take like the Mego figure analogy, if you had a Hulk Mego figure, they took his skin, painted it, and put a jacket and called him Craven because Craven has this very square, staunch-looking body. Yeah. I always look at that guy and think he's more like the Hulk figure than anything else.
5.0.
5.0. Nice, clean 5.0.
Ding, 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 ding.
Boom. 6.
Great.
What's the page quality on that one?
Cream to off-white.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that was a little darker than
Well, the other one's the same, cream to off-white. So. Yep. Mysterio. Ooh.
So going back a few issues here, we have a Spider-Man number 13.
Really nice white. I mean, the spine obviously is the detractor on this book, but all in all, I think it's a nice book. I think collecting Silver Age books, you know, I normally like 7.0s, but I think the 4.04 to 5.0, they're great.
This book
you can get clean ones.
This book is funny. I've seen enough copies. If I were to pull my copy out that I had from one of the previous videos, the book was beautiful, except on the back cover, somebody had folded the cover, had a very, very light crease, full length, not a centerfold, or not a cushion crease.
Look at that wrap.
But the spine in that book was beautiful. Because the way this is printed, the black is right on the spine, and it shows all of the wear. So my other copy I've got was a 6.0. Beautiful looking copy because of the back crease. This one, I called the 4 looks a lot uglier, but we'll see. It is a 4.
Nice.
So if you want a beautiful looking 6, buy one with a crease in the back.
Yeah, or buy this 4.0.
Or you can get this 4 with an ugly spine.
I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
You know, if you're trying to do a run and you're trying to collect, I mean, all 7.0s is going to run you a lot more money. Yep. You know, than just grabbing some nice looking 4s and 5s. Yeah. Maybe you save your money for the keys in 7.0. Yeah.
So we did an opening with a lot of Eternals 2 weeks ago, and I also had this copy here, number 1, but it's the price variant.
Yeah. So if Metarog's watching this, he'll know all about this because there's your price variant. Not just different price, but look at that color bubble's different too.
Yeah, yeah, and of course I got beaten up on my grading on these. It's just a challenging book to grade. Yeah, I think I was a half a point low on several copies. So
2 or 3 years there, they were just really kind of crappy. Yeah, crappily constructed.
So 8.5 is what I'm thinking. It could be wrong. It's an 8.5.
Nailed it.
Redeemed.
Great. Boy, and in the price variant, that's awesome. I always wondered if the price variants had a lot of regionality to them because I don't remember seeing a lot of them as a kid.
Yeah, they actually, if you look up things like the Star Wars books, Captain Kirk did a video on this where the Star Wars price variant was printed and released in the Toledo, Ohio area. So they were doing test markets on some of these. I'm not sure if they had the same markets every time.
That's Silver Age Dave's territory. He should have a bunch of these.
Yeah, so
he's probably got a short box of them that his grandma bought him.
Okay, so another book my friend Dallas gave me, Avengers number 3.
Nice straight book again. You're calling this a 4.0. It's anywhere between a 4 and a 5.0. I think this is going to be a 5.0.
For his sake, let's hope so.
But I mean, these are great books to collect. Yeah. You can accumulate a lot of a run and not go crazy on money because you start going up in 7, 8.0s on these books and they're close to $1,000.
Still pretty cheap too to get this copy.
Yeah.
So 4.0.
Boom. Nailed it. Your grading is spot on, Mike. Oh, I didn't see that up there.
Yeah, it's got some pretty
It's an old impact dent on the top, and what happened is this was probably in a rack, and something came down and hit it this way, and then made like a V-shaped groove in it. It got pressed out, but it's still, remnants are still there. Still a nice book.
Okay, last book here. I can do the Anthony challenge again. So if you're watching this, Anthony, would you trade your Fantastic Four number 5 CGC 2.0 for this copy? This one I saved from a dumpster fire. This one was in a collection of books, and it was in pieces. It was pretty rough looking. It's still pretty rough looking, but it's a survivor copy. It's worthy of landfill designation, I think.
Yeah, this would be part of my landfill collection. It's beautiful. I think it's great. It shows its age.
The only thing I don't like about it is they actually had a big rip across Doom's face.
Yeah, but
his face is still there.
Yeah, it's not.
And there's no missing pieces except for the lower right corner.
It's all there.
The back cover is beautiful. That's the big advantage.
You got rid of any tape that was on there. It's all clean now. Yeah. I think it's a nice book.
This book was all taped up. So I called it a 1.8. Yeah. It's not a totally separated cover, which is a 1.5 or 1.0 is a separated cover. The cover's still holding on.
I think you got a shot.
And it's just kind of ragged. So 1.8.
When you got it, it was like
it was shreds. There was a ball of tape.
0.01.
Yeah. 1.8.
Beautiful.
Wow. So that's how you grade a 1.8. And
nice looking book.
Yeah.
I kind of like this book. This is like a Charlie Brown treat for me. You know, this one needs a home. If you're watching at home, bid often and early.
We'll hang some ornaments here on the Charlie Brown
just
comic
like
book
tree.
It's
not such a bad little comic, and I can put my blanket around at the bottom of it, and then those kids come along and they do that thing with their hands, and the tree looks awesome. That's what Mike does, incidentally. He just goes like that with his hands, and he makes these books look like this.
Right. Comic book whisperer.
Well, that's awesome.
This book was interesting because when I found this, there was a couple of collectors that were selling a bunch of books, and they had this on top, which caught my attention. Underneath it was the Strange Tales 110, first Doctor Strange appearance. This copy, they were reasonably priced. The Doctor Strange issue was like triple guide. They had no sense of value.
It's got a cool arrival pencil.
Tried to make a bundle deal, but they said, nope, we're not going to budge on the 110. And I said, fine, I'll take your Hulk 181 instead. They had a Hulk 181 there also. But it was an original collection of books, and I got a couple of nice ones out of that run. Yeah, nice book.
It's a real nice book. This one, probably my favorite box recently that we've got.
Yeah. I don't think, except for
I mean, a lot.
No, I don't think anything came. I know there was one book that came back lower than I expected.
Yeah, but most of them crushed.
The early, I forget which one it was now. I thought it was
Spider-Man 101s really did well.
Yeah, I'm surprised that those.
I mean, you crushed on those.
Yeah.
So now these can get sold, and you can go
buy
more.
I'm funding more books, looking for some double cover pre-code horror atlas books out there.
Number 4 quad cover. I dropped off another box. Mike has enough, I think, almost for a full order of my stuff, and then I have a box out there that has probably another 25, 30 books in it. So I probably have 2 full orders. You have 2 more coming back, I think.
4. So yeah.
Well, I mean 2 more coming in with probably during March.
Probably not March. Oh, maybe the last week of March. It's going to be tight, but I have a couple of value. I have a modern, and then I have an economy order.
Oh, awesome.
And then I'm putting together orders for. I'm doing a 10-cent DC order.
Cool.
Late 50s, early 60s. They're all high grade. I had original order copies of those books I got about a year ago, so I'm putting an order of those in, and then a really high grade run of early bronze.
Okay. I
got about 25, 30 books there, like early Marvel.
Stay tuned.
So
the format's back.
9/6.
We'll keep doing it this way. You guys will, I think, like the video quality better this way, and we can kind of take our time.
Yeah.
But I kind of miss Anthony seeing these books. His reaction's kind of fun. But anyway, anything else?
Enjoy that intro.
Enjoy that intro. Yes. So until next time, everyone. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of comics. Bye.
Bye.